Deandre Ayton, there's been so many talks about this man. His work ethic, his lack of effort in big games. He's a freaking specimen of a human being, though. And there was a lot of expectations of him going #1. And he didn't, I wouldn't say he's quite lived up to those expectations. We got a video here by Hoop Dungeon. Shout out to you, bro. I'll leave a link in the description. I'll check out the original video.
Deandre Ayton, 7'1", 250. Chisel, fast, quick, and nimble.
He's a transcendent player.
Player that's back to the basket. He goes over both shoulders. He can be involved in pick and pop.
The first pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select Deandre Ayton.
I'm told that the Deandre Ayton extension talks have ended without a deal. Going into the season, he did not feel valued by this Phoenix.
What's crazy is I never thought Deandre Ayton was like amazing. Like everyone was saying he's supposed to be, he has the ability to be all this and that. He just doesn't have the motor, or doesn't feel appreciated. It's like, bro, just go out there and fucking hoop, my nigga. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. Like, you have a chance to win a championship with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and company, and you just not boxing out, not getting rebounds, the effort was low. Coach Monty Williams on your ass because defensive problems, bro. You the biggest dude on the court. It was a lot going on, and I never supported what he did in the playoffs that year and like pouting and all that stuff. I never support that out of a player, especially when you can go get a ring. You worry about your feelings, bro.
Phoenix organization.
Dominance. I bring dominance. My name is Dominating.
Deandre Ayton has not had the smoothest ride in the NBA so far. From being drafted as the #1 overall pick to putting up mediocre numbers entering the prime of his career, Deandre Ayton has been viewed as underwhelming. And we know that he did not exactly get along with head coach Monty Williams back in Phoenix.
Crazy.
Looking at Ayton's career up to this point, many people have been asking what actually happened to Deandre Ayton. From once being expected to become the face of the NBA's next generation of big men to facing controversies, questions about work ethic, and
How is Deandre Ayton doing in Portland? How's he playing in Portland this year? 15 points, 10 rebounds, and an assist. Had a smooth little double-double. 14 points, 82 from the free throw line, 56 from 2. He ain't even shot a 3-ball. And see, that's the other thing about Deandre Ayton. He don't shoot the 3-ball.
underwhelming performances, he has certainly not lived up to expectations as a #1 overall pick. But let's dive into the story of how even Deandre Ayton got to this point, and if he has the ability to turn things around. Deandre Ayton is known for being a physically imposing and athletic center at 7'1", 250 pounds. This kind of build...
That's a big motherfucker, bro. What the heck? That is a large man. And to see your ass not boxing out, not getting rebounds, pouting and shit is crazy. I'm still on your ass, bro.
Compared him to the likes of Hakeem Olajuwon early on, primarily with his footwork, allowing him to create moves in the post for easy buckets and keep up with smaller players on the defensive end. Many fans believed that Ayton had superstar potential in the NBA, but
if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe so I can know and I can keep bringing you videos like this on a regular basis.
Nearly 6 years after being drafted first overall by the Phoenix Suns, he is nowhere near conversations as one of the best players in the league, and is not even considered to be near the best at his position. And don't get me wrong, he is still young.
Where we ranking Deandre Ayton as far as big man in the league right now, playing currently? Top 10? Top 15? I'm gonna say for me, probably not even top 20. As far as bigs,
and has plenty of time to turn things around. He's looking to change this narrative, especially being on the Portland Trail Blazers with an opportunity to start fresh. but he was drafted with the first overall pick in 2018, above the likes of multiple-time All-Stars and All-NBA level players such as Luka Doncic, Trae Young, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Jalen Brunson.
Let me know if y'all disagree in the comments below, but I'm not taking Deandre Ayton over any of these guys. Shout out Brunson, shout out Ice Trae, and the other two, not even a question, right? Like, Deandre Ayton, I'm taking all these guys before Deandre Ayton any day.
The big question remaining is, will Deandre Ayton ever tap into that great potential? See, people are quickly forgetting about his crazy rise. Ayton burst onto the scene at the University of Arizona back in 2017, racking up 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks in his debut. Throughout his college years, he was used as a power forward instead of center, and he showcased his talents on the court, carrying one of the best teams in college basketball as a freshman and becoming one of the hottest prospects in the country. Ayton later announced that he'd forego his final 3 seasons at Arizona and declare for the 2018 NBA draft after dominating his freshman year, winning the Pac-12 Player of the Year. Selected as the first overall pick by the Phoenix Suns in 2018,
him being 7'1" and that athletic is crazy. That's where all the hype came from. This man is a specimen of an athlete. Like, that is nutty.
Ayton was the Suns' first #1 overall pick in the franchise's history, and he certainly brought his imposing physical presence to the court. He came on strong in the preseason, getting us all excited to watch him rock those Suns threads and give us an early glimpse into the exciting future. He took that form into the NBA season, scoring a double-double on 18 points and 10 rebounds in his debut, and continued putting up great rookie numbers for the Suns. He was a double-double machine during his rookie season and set a Suns rookie record for double-doubles with 39.
Damn.
Ayton led the Suns in rebounding at 10 boards a game and averaged 16 points per game on 59% shooting.
And like, I feel like at this point in time, everyone's seen this and was like, yo, what he could become is that next step into like the 25 points per game, to like them Joel Embiid numbers. People were saying that he could become that, but for me, it's the no jump shot, no like spacing of the floor. Joel Embiid got that ratchet on him. All the best bigs in the league got some kind of 3-point shooting, and he just never had that.
But as time moved along, the expectations for Ayton only increased. In the 2020-21 season, he played a pivotal role in the Suns' playoff journey, making their first appearance since 2010. Deandre Ayton averaged 16 points and 12 rebounds in 22 games during the 2021 playoffs. He was scoring almost half of his points in the playoffs on cuts and pick and rolls, and did it with high efficiency. His defense also improved in the playoffs, and it was clear that if the Suns would progress, it'll all come down to Ayton's defensive presence. I mean, if you're going to beat the Denver Nuggets in a 7-game series, it starts with containing the MVP, Nikola Jokic. That's no secret, but before the Western Conference semifinals series against the Phoenix Suns even tipped off, Jokic admitted his next matchup, Deandre Ayton, is the player that gave him the most trouble during the regular season, and he wasn't wrong. Ayton held Jokic to just 29 points on 13 for 34 shooting from the field in the 84 possessions that they matched up against each other in the 2020-21 regular season. And it only took 1 game into the series to see that statement hold true, as Ayton bottled up the Joker to lead the Suns to a Game 1 victory and eventually...
Ayton's just so athletic compared to Jokic. Like, all the moves in that bag Jokic got... Ayton looked like he on all that.
The series victory over the Nuggets. This gave Phoenix the impression that Ayton was ready to hit that next gear in his game, so they began expecting even more from him. The Suns would eventually make the NBA Finals in 2021, and in Game 1 of the Finals against the Milwaukee Bucks, Ayton finished with a 22-point effort on 8 of 10 shooting with 19 rebounds, a performance coming after Coach Monty Williams had told him to play with more force. The game marked his 6th double-double in the playoffs with at least 15 rebounds, which is tied for the 4th most in NBA history behind Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Walton with 9 and Bill Russell with 8.
Jesus.
The Phoenix Suns had a 2-1 lead in the series, but after an eye-opening 20-point loss in Game 3, the Suns had to make adjustments, starting with how they were using Ayton. See, the Suns' only hope to combat the physical force Giannis was for Deandre Ayton to play with some serious edge. Milwaukee started to emphasize the blueprint of Giannis driving more downhill, knowing that Ayton is young and might struggle guarding Giannis in the open court. Head coach Monty Williams' biggest mistake was leaving Ayton with one of the league's best players.
See, and this is where, if you're Phoenix, this is that year where you need Ayton to play out of his mind. And if y'all were going to win this chip, y'all needed Ayton, and he could not deliver. Like, Giannis gave this man fits. This man, Giannis, got his ring off of straight driving to the basket. And as the big man who's supposed to be stopping this motherfucker, bro, it didn't work. And this is one of those things where, like, Phoenix fans always resented Ayton, and Ayton never agreed, because on Ayton's side, on Ayton's defense, right, like, he's giving y'all 20-point double-doubles, 20-plus rebounds some nights. He's guarding that shit. He's having to guard the best player in the fucking league that year, bro. Like, and in his mind, he's playing well. But on the other side of things, the clips don't lie, bro. There's some plays where you just don't rebound, don't give effort, don't. It's like, that was the year. Y'all made it to the finals. That was the year.
And Giannis in a one-on-one setting far too often. Giannis was all over Ayton, and Ayton just couldn't contain him. It was something about this series that Ayton wasn't able to truly bounce back from. Maybe his confidence was shot. Maybe he lost trust with his coaching staff. Maybe he was upset that they left him on an island with arguably the game's best player. Because during the following season, Ayton took a significant step back in his numbers across the board, including a career-low 29 minutes per game. To make this even worse, Ayton had a subpar playoff run in 2022, particularly against the Mavericks when he shot an abysmal 57% from the free throw line.
Jesus.
Phoenix knew something wasn't right, and they needed to make some kind of change. In the 2022
and then they tried to get rid of him. Like, something happened behind the scenes, bro. Something happened between Ayton and the organization, Ayton and their players. It came out later that Monty Williams and him did not get along, but like something else must have happened behind the scenes, because there are clips of Booker and Durant yelling at this man Ayton, like, yo, what the fuck? All this other yada yada shit. And it's like, something happened in that locker room, and ever since that moment, or those events leading up to that moment, it was just like, he was never the same player there. And that's when they were like trying to really get rid of this man.
Offseason reports suggested Ayton wasn't happy with the team, including issues with his coaching staff, but he couldn't leave anyways, as the Suns later matched the Pacers' offer sheet. But this didn't stop the friction between Ayton and the Suns. The tension between the two came to a head during a game against the Washington Wizards back in December 2022, where Ayton and Williams were seen exchanging words during a timeout late in the fourth quarter in a 113-110 loss for the Suns. This incident wasn't without substance. There was meaning to it. See, Ayton admitted a couple months earlier that he hadn't spoken to Monty Williams during the entire offseason in 2022. After
not speaking to your coach is crazy at all in the offseason. We have a group chat, and Coach be off in that mud, sending videos and a whole bunch of stuff. Like, not talking to your coach at all in the offseason is crazy. Not working out with your teammates in the offseason is also crazy. not even hanging out with your teammates at all in the offseason is crazy. And those all came out about Ayton. He ain't fuck with nobody. Whatever y'all did, y'all destroyed that man.
After their horrific 33-point loss in Game 7 to the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference semifinals. The two argued in the second half of that game too, and Monty Williams wound up benching Ayton for the rest of the game after Ayton only played 17 minutes. Despite efforts to mend their relationship, including Ayton's comments that everything is back to normal, that's definitely not what it seemed from the outside. Ayton's playing time ultimately reduced in crucial games. He felt undervalued by the organization, particularly when they didn't offer him a rookie extension, and his lack of communication with
See, I remember that. He wanted the bag and y'all didn't give it to him. And that was like the smack in the face of like, oh yeah, y'all don't value me. After all that locker room shit and we just got past all this nonsense, and now you're not gonna pay me because I'm not sure. Then he was really done.
with Monty Williams during the offseason made things feel worse. Despite Ayton averaging just under 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists per game, his strained relationship with the coach and teammates overshadowed some of his on-court presence. But here's the thing Ayton wasn't willing to face: his low work ethic. Deandre Ayton's struggles go beyond just effort. Sure, the memes may flood social media regardless of what you do nowadays, but that moment against Denver remains pretty hilarious. But see, the real issue with Ayton is his motor when it comes time to make winning plays. Though he was in his first ever postseason in 2021, and admittedly, the finals stage is huge for anyone, let alone a third-year player, Ayton was criticized for not showing that make-or-break mentality against elite talent like Giannis, who had his way with him. And for those saying that we should cut him some slack because
everyone was saying he don't get that dog in him. See, but that's what NBA media does. That's what the fans do. Everybody wants you to be Michael Jordan. No matter what you do, no matter what great play you make, or no matter pass, if you're not Jordan 6 rings in a row, bro, they don't have something to say about it. No matter what you do.
Because that was his first time on the stage. I mean, we saw it during the 2022 playoff run too, when he struggled at critical times on defense. Ayton's lackluster effort on both ends of the floor just minutes into a do-or-die game was still frustrating. Mostly because it was all the highlights of the inconsistency that have been an issue throughout his first 4 years in Phoenix. He doesn't bother running down court, or when he jogs back on defense, or when he just stands there doing nothing, or when he doesn't box out. And then in the
I remember they were killing him for not boxing out, bro. You the biggest man out here and you the center. Why you not boxing out? And then you just watch Jokic get like you just watching Jokic as he just tipping it in. He's just sitting there watching KD.
2023 postseason, Ayton found himself matched up against Jokic, who was averaging monstrous stats. While Ayton was supposed to at least make things hard on Jokic, it was like he wasn't even there.
Look,
Denver's strategy was clear: exploit Ayton's defensive vulnerabilities. They ran him through screens, forcing him to make split-second decisions, which often led to defensive breakdowns. Ayton's hesitation and indecisiveness left the Suns exposed, resulting in a barrage of scoring opportunities for Denver. Whether it was miscommunication or Ayton overthinking his defensive assignments, the result was the same: easy buckets for the Nuggets.
Why are you not attacking
While his performance fluctuated, it's clear that the Suns needed Ayton to step up defensively to stand a chance in the playoffs, especially against an elite opposing big man. But Ayton mightily disappointed in that department. So, on September 27th, 2023, just before the start of the 2023-24 season, there was a huge...
Yo, I gotta find it. Give me a second. There's literally compilations. Yo, this is it. This is it right here. Yo, this is the video. All right, this is it.
The Nuggets have opened up a double-digit lead. Ayton with Joker on his back, slowly turns. Suns just 2 points in the last 4:20. Ayton steps middle, little contact, too much. Brown curling, here he comes. Left hand.
Look. Like, bro, you're not gonna go put your box out? Go, nigga. Go help, nigga. Nigga, help. Nigga, help! Why you just standing out of bounds? That shit was crazy though. Like, bro, on TikTok, that's where I seen it. I think back when it happened, and it was just like the clip of this nigga. I'm like, bro, go get a rebound. And you see KD and them yelling at this man.
Huge trade involving Deandre Ayton. He was part of the 3-team trade between the Suns, Blazers, and Bucks, being a side piece to the deal that was centered around Damian Lillard's trade to the Milwaukee Bucks. The day after the trade, he unfollowed ex-teammates Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, which seemed like quite the petty move. But maybe it brought to light that there was indeed bad blood within the team. Ayton's move to the Trailblazers was supposed to be a game changer, unleashing his full potential. After all, there was no more beefing with the head coach, no more clashing with teammates, and a lot less pressure to perform on a rebuilding team in Portland. So now was the perfect opportunity for Ayton to launch into superstardom, right?